Have you ever had that strong sense that something was put in your path just at the right time? It's like you've been lost in thick fog for months or even years, using only your sense of touch to find your way. Suddenly, someone reaches out and flips a switch, filling your whole world with a soft, enlightening light. With all my heart, I want you to know that this is not a coincidence. This isn't just a sad accident. This is a sign of your readiness. You have crossed a threshold you didn't even know was there if you clicked on this video, or if you felt a pull or a whisper from your soul telling you to be here at this very moment. Your subconscious mind has moved you from the passive, never-ending state of wanting change to the powerful, active state of being ready for it. And please pay attention. Those two states of being are very different. There are a lot of people who spend their whole lives wanting things. They wake up and go to sleep every night wanting to feel different, fix their relationships, get more money, and find the sacred purpose they were born to fulfill with their short time on earth. It's passive to want something, though. Dreams can live there without ever having to face the storm of reality. You can dream about the beautiful shores of change without having to lift the anchor and sail into the uncomfortable, unknown waters of real change. On the other hand, being ready can feel completely terrifying. It has a completely different energy. Being ready is scary because it means you have finally, thankfully, no more reasons not to do something. It means you've reached that terrible, life-changing point where the pain of staying where you are is much worse than the fear of moving on. This is the point where the cocoon gets tighter than the scary outside world. If you want to know the secret to this holy state of readiness, read on. It doesn't come with a loud bang or a sky full of fireworks. There isn't a clear set of instructions or a loud voice from heaven that comes with it. Readiness comes on slowly, almost shyly, and is often hidden by a deep, soul-level tiredness. When you wake up one morning, you're not just physically tired. There is a spiritual weariness. You're worn out. You're sick of the ways you keep hurting yourself. You're fed up with talking to yourself in the mirror over and over again. You are sick of feeling like you are just watching your own life happen as if it were a movie about someone else. There is no such thing as being weak when you are so tired that it sinks into your bones. It doesn't mean you're broken. When your soul, your true self, finally speaks up, it sounds like it's saying, "Enough." From that point on, things start to change. You can't say that the world around you changed overnight by magic. If you finally stopped acting like you were happy with where you were, it would happen. You stopped putting up with things that were slowly and steadily dimming your inner light. It stopped trying to convince you that a life of mediocrity was a good thing to do and that settling for less than what you want was the mature and responsible thing to do. You have really been getting ready for this moment for a lot longer than you think. In small ways that you didn't even notice, you've been getting stronger. Take a moment to think about it. Every hardship that shook you but didn't break you, every time you got back up when you wanted to stay down, and every time you chose to try again even though common sense told you to give up. Everything that happened to you made something holy and unbreakable inside you. It wasn't just giving people hope or optimism. It was making something much stronger and deeper. It was building a quiet, firm sense of knowing, being sure that you will be able to handle whatever comes next. It's not about bravado. It's about a strong inner core. It's the kind of resilience that comes from within and doesn't need outside cheerleaders or pep talks. Being sure in a quiet way means you just know. If you feel deeply connected to this first message, please support your new start in the comments below. I awaken. Let writing these words be a statement that you make to yourself. And as you claim your awakening, take a moment to press the like button. It means you are no longer willing to sleepwalk through your own life and are ready to see with new eyes. Don't just think of this as a click. See it as a conscious activation of the quantum energy in this message. It's how you say yes to this new frequency and make it stronger in your energy field. This is the exact spot where most people get stuck. They get caught when they think readiness is a feeling when it's not. They keep waiting because they think that one day they will wake up and be ready. They wait until they are sure of themselves. It takes a while for them to feel like they have all the answers before they act. But you have a very wrong idea about how this strong energy works. Being ready is not a state of mind. Being ready means being aware of it. When you stop asking yourself, "Am I ready?" and start asking yourself, "What is my next inspired step?" Because people who are really ready don't wait for everything to line up just right, like the stars in the sky. They don't need a promise that they will succeed. They make do with what they have now. They know that the universe doesn't listen to our requests for perfection. It listens to the brave steps we take first. In the real world, what does readiness really look like? It's a mess. It's not perfect. It means starting that project before you're sure you're ready. That moment when you decide to act with only 70% of the facts, because deep down you know that waiting for 100% certainty is just a fancy way to hide. It means choosing the discomfort of growth over the familiar dissatisfaction of staying the same. It's the deep, gut-level realization that the safe and predictable life you've been living has been slowly suffocating the beautiful person you were meant to become. The real you, the person you're meant to become, has been waiting. They have been waiting for you with endless patience. They are not judging you or trying to rush you. They are just waiting for you to get tired of the limits you have set for yourself and finally meet them. This higher part of you has been sending you signs for years. Think about those random, brief moments of clarity when you felt inspired and knew right away that you could do so much more. Think about the times when you had a quiet moment of truth and everything in your life made sense. Think about those small whispers of your intuition that you often ignored because you thought they were silly, unrealistic, or impossible. But this is what will be different when you are really ready. People don't just whisper those things. The noise level is rising. Not because they are yelling, but because you are no longer blocking out the noise of doubt, distractions, and other people's thoughts. Your life starts to make sense in ways you hadn't seen before many years. You start to see the chances that were always there, but you couldn't see them before because you weren't ready. The most important thing is that you start to bring in a different kind of energy. Why? Because you are now vibrating at a different speed. You have changed trains. Your signal of "I want," which is a frequency of lack, is no longer being sent out. You are starting to send out the signal of "I am," which is the frequency of making things. We need to talk about the quantum nature of our reality now, because this isn't just a change in our minds. It's also a change in our bodies. Right now, you are living in a huge, smart, and responsive quantum field. This field is not empty space. It is an ocean of possibilities that is full to the brim. It's not your work, struggle, or grind that makes this field respond. It's how you're aligned. You've been told for too long that making your dreams come true is hard and requires a battle of wills. A lot of people go about making their life as if it were a battle. They use their willpower to try to change the way things are. They say affirmations that they don't really believe. picture outcomes that they secretly don't think will ever happen, and force themselves to think positive thoughts while their bodies are still locked in the cellular memory of stress, fear, and lack. This is where the whole system breaks down. Since friction is what forcing is in the quantum world, doing things that go against your reality is like swimming against a strong current. You'll get tired. Let us get this down to its most beautiful and stunning level of simplicity. You don't have to get what you want from outside sources to use quantum manifestation. There is an infinite field where you already have the version of reality that you want to take down. It's not about first changing the outside world. It's about becoming the internal signal or frequency that pulls that already existing reality toward you like a magnet. There are millions of possibilities that you can't even think of in the quantum field. There are already invisible waves of probability in the field that make up the reality where you succeed and the reality where you fail, the timeline of plenty and the timeline of lack, the experience of deep love and the experience of loneliness. But here is the key to the puzzle. Before the wave can become a part of your real life, it needs to meet a coherent observer. The logical observer in question is you. In more specific terms, it is the signal that your focus, attention, emotions, and beliefs all send together. You are the one who shapes reality. Most people, though, are stuck in a sad loop. From a place of fear, they look at their life. They are paying attention to what isn't there. They are vibrating at the frequency of lack even though they are trying very hard to pull in the frequency of plenty. From the point of view of the quantum field, this is just noise. The signal is jumbled and contradictory. You've been taught to run after what you want. The real, beautiful art of creation, though, is becoming the person you no longer need to chase. For this is the version of you that remembers, I am already linked to the life I want. It's real. The field is just waiting for my signal to be clear and steady. My job is not to push harder, but to understand things better. If this change from chasing to becoming feels powerful to you, stick this intention in the comments below. Clear signal. This is your promise to stop sending mixed messages. You are reaffirming your choice to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions into a single frequency that the universe can easily read and respond to by writing these words. There is a beautiful and interesting way for the universe to test your readiness and help you make your signal clear. It doesn't give you exactly what you want. It sends you what you need to show yourself that you matter. It gives you a lot of small, seemingly unimportant chances to practice being the person you say you want to be. Most people fail these easy tests because they are waiting for the big break, the lottery win, the overnight success story, or the clear, unmistakable sign from God. But you don't learn readiness or real energetic alignment in big events. It's made up of the little, quiet decisions you make every day. It's made when you choose discipline over comfort right now. Say no to things, people, and situations that you know deep down don't fit with the person you are becoming. This makes it stronger. As long as you don't blame the outside world for your inner state and take full responsibility for your own energy, choices, and life, it stays strong. You don't need permission to do something when you're ready. You no longer need your partner, friends, or family to understand why you made the choices you did. Don't waste your valuable life force on defending yourself against people who aren't going to ask the right questions. You have a big realization that most of the problems you've been complaining about for years were really just excuses that looked like problems. It was never the lack of money, time, support, or knowledge that held you back. It was always other things that you thought were holding you back. The real problem was that you weren't ready to get them yet. You were not ready to deal with them. You weren't in the right energy state to deserve them. Also, please understand that being worthy doesn't mean you deserve something because of what you've done in the past. Worthiness is about being able to do something in a quantum sense. It has to do with becoming the kind of person, the energetic container, who can hold the good things they want without destroying themselves. Really think about it. How many times in the past have you thought you had exactly what you wanted? A good relationship, a better job, or a creative breakthrough. But then you did something to ruin it? At some level, deep down in your subconscious mind, you pushed it away because you didn't think you really belonged in that new reality. Yes, that is exactly what happens when you get something before you are ready for it. Your energetic box is broken, letting the blessing escape. But things change when you are truly ready. When you have done the sacred work inside, when you have faced your shadows, healed your deepest wounds, and stopped running away from yourself. You change the way you show up in the world. You're not having fun. There is no lie in your voice. You are just being. You start making choices from a calm, clear place instead of one where you're desperate and stressed out. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter and start building a life you love. You stop complaining about your life and start making things from your soul. And people see it. They can't ignore it. Not because you want to impress them, but because being real is attractive. If you're really sure of yourself, you don't have to shout it out. You can just feel it. Because ready people don't need to persuade anyone of anything. Their spirit says a lot about them. Moving with a purpose that is both soft and strong, they just move. Time is very important in this case. Remember that everything that happened to you up to this point was necessary. This includes all the false starts, painful endings, and times when you almost gave up, but something inside you wouldn't let go. That time, you just weren't ready. The lessons you learned were important for you to learn. It was important for you to fail in the way that you did. You had to go through a lot of pain to find your strength. That's the only way things stick. It becomes a part of your cellular memory, something you know for sure. If you can see how your past has prepared you for this moment, say "I expand" in the comments below to acknowledge your growing power. That you are ready to hold more joy, abundance, and love is what this statement should sound like. You are not the same shell you were before. You are growing to receive the good things that are meant for you. As you affirm your growth, you might want to subscribe to this channel. Think of it as more than just a message. Think of it as a strong promise to keep growing. When you subscribe, a steady flow of this aligning energy is sent into your field. This keeps you in touch with the frequency of your becoming. It's crazy that being ready doesn't feel like you think it will. You don't hear a dramatic movie score in the background, and you don't have a sudden realization that makes all the pieces of your life fit together perfectly. Real readiness often feels like giving up. That's not the same thing as giving up. Not putting up a white flag means you've lost. It's the holy act of giving up and letting go. It means letting go of the old you that was holding you back. It means letting go of the need to be in charge of everything that happens. You finally stop swimming against the flow of your life and start learning how to swim with it at that quiet, deep moment. A lot of people miss this paradox. They think they need to hold on tighter, work harder, and be in charge more to get what they want. However, the quantum field can finally give it to you once you stop needing it so badly and let go of the tight grip of attachment. Your strong neediness, your constant checking for results, and your worry about when it will happen are all strong signs that you are lacking. It's like screaming to the universe, "I don't have it, and I don't trust that it's coming." The mind is very bad at letting go and surrendering because it wants to be in charge all the time. From the time we are born, we are taught that more work means more reward, that struggle means we are worthy, and that the harder we work, the more likely we are to succeed. So when we come across a system like the quantum field, where coherence, alignment, and surrender are the most important things, it erases everything we've been taught our whole lives. Force is the frequency that tells the field we don't trust the process, but we keep trying to make it happen. Think back to a time when you did something great without any effort at all. You might have met the right person at a coffee shop, even though you weren't looking for a partner. You might have gotten a job offer that you weren't even looking for. It's possible that you had a great idea while you were relaxing in the shower and not trying to solve a problem. What can all of those experiences be linked to? You weren't interesting. You weren't forcing them. You were ready, open, and aligned. The best kind of quantum manifestation, whether you knew it or not. Your friends and family who have been watching you struggle will notice this change of heart before you do. They will see that you pick different things. As you set new, healthier limits, they will see that you are sure of yourself. They will notice that you are calmer in the face of chaos than you were before. Some of them will not like it. That's a hard truth. They will be scared off by your newfound readiness and willingness to change. They will be happy staying the same. The way you've changed will show them how unwilling they are to change, which can be very upsetting for some. But please hear this. You no longer have to deal with that problem. When you're really ready, you stop worrying about how other people will feel about your growth. Stop making yourself smaller to make other people happy. Stop saying sorry for becoming the strong, real person you were always meant to be. You don't have to be selfish or cut people off for no reason. That you finally fully understand that you can't love someone else properly if you're not willing to love yourself enough to let yourself change. Let go of the need to control everything and feel the relief that comes with it. Show us this new way of being in the comments below. I trust. Let this act free you from having a tight grip on how and when your desires come true. You are putting a lot of faith in yourself and the quantum field, which means you can co-create with ease and flow. When you choose to trust, you become part of a powerful group of conscious creators. Signing up is the active way to join this community. When you subscribe, you activate a shared field of coherence that lets all of us boost the power of our own signals by lining them up with each other. It's crazy that being ready doesn't feel like you think it will. You don't hear a dramatic movie score in the background, and you don't have a sudden realization that makes all the pieces of your life fit together perfectly. Real readiness often feels like giving up. That's not the same thing as giving up. Not putting up a white flag means you've lost. It's the holy act of giving up and letting go. It means letting go of the old you that was holding you back. It means letting go of the need to be in charge of everything that happens. You finally stop swimming against the flow of your life and start learning how to swim with it at that quiet, deep moment. A lot of people miss this paradox. They think they need to hold on tighter, work harder, and be in charge more to get what they want. However, the quantum field can finally give it to you once you stop needing it so badly and let go of the tight grip of attachment. Your strong neediness, your constant checking for results, and your worry about when it will happen are all strong signs that you are lacking. It's like screaming to the universe, "I don't have it, and I don't trust that it's coming." The mind is very bad at letting go and surrendering because it wants to be in charge all the time. From the time we are born, we are taught that more work means more reward, that struggle means we are worthy, and that the harder we work, the more likely we are to succeed. So when we come across a system like the quantum field, where coherence, alignment, and surrender are the most important things, it erases everything we've been taught our whole lives. Force is the frequency that tells the field we don't trust the process, but we keep trying to make it happen. Think back to a time when you did something great without any effort at all. You might have met the right person at a coffee shop, even though you weren't looking for a partner. You might have gotten a job offer that you weren't even looking for. It's possible that you had a great idea while you were relaxing in the shower and not trying to solve a problem. What can all of those experiences be linked to? You weren't interesting. You weren't forcing them. You were ready, open, and aligned. The best kind of quantum manifestation, whether you knew it or not. Your friends and family who have been watching you struggle will notice this change of heart before you do. They will see that you pick different things. As you set new, healthier limits, they will see that you are sure of yourself. They will notice that you are calmer in the face of chaos than you were before. Some of them will not like it, that's a hard truth. They will be scared off by your newfound readiness and willingness to change. They will be happy staying the same. The way you've changed will show them how unwilling they are to change, which can be very upsetting for some. But please hear this. You no longer have to deal with that problem. When you're really ready, you stop worrying about how other people will feel about your growth. Stop making yourself smaller to make other people happy. Stop saying sorry for becoming the strong, real person you were always meant to be. You don't have to be selfish or cut people off for no reason. That you finally fully understand that you can't love someone else properly if you're not willing to love yourself enough to let yourself change. Let go of the need to control everything and feel the relief that comes with it. Show us this new way of being in the comments below. I trust. Let this act free you from having a tight grip on how and when your desires come true. You are putting a lot of faith in yourself and the quantum field, which means you can co-create with ease and flow. When you choose to trust, you become part of a powerful group of conscious creators. Signing up is the active way to join this community. When you subscribe, you activate a shared field of coherence that lets all of us boost the power of our own signals by lining them up with each other. On this journey, there is something else that no one tells you about. When you are ready, you often feel alone in a way that no one else does. Not being alone makes you lonely. Being the only one who seems to be awake in a world full of people who seem to be asleep through their lives makes you lonely. Things start to look different as your frequency changes. Things start to sound different to you. It's now impossible to stand conversations that used to be a little draining. Things that you used to put up with a polite smile are now impossible for you to ignore. People who you used to look to for approval and validation now seem small, scared, and stuck in their own stories. That feeling of being alone and cut off is not a punishment. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means that you have been cleansed. Your life is being led by your new energetic signal, which is getting rid of everything and everyone that doesn't match your new frequency. For the new to come in, you are making a vacuum, a wholly empty space. Being ready and making sense doesn't just bring different opportunities your way. It also brings different people your way. People who don't feel threatened by their growth and don't need them to stay small to feel safe start to be drawn to them. People who celebrate their evolution instead of questioning it are drawn to them. But before those new, aligned people show up, You'll probably go through a time when it feels like you're walking through a huge, empty desert. Things that are familiar start to go away, and for a while you might not know what will come in their place. The things that used to help you deal with stress, the distractions, the habits, and the comforts, no longer work. You even think your old excuses are silly and don't make sense. Your old self, the one you wore for a long time, starts to fall apart. For a while, you might not even recognize the person in the mirror. At this point, things are very important. At this point, most people get scared and turn around. Here, they decide that maybe the life they knew before wasn't so bad after all. They fall back into old patterns of dysfunction because they think that the unknown is much more dangerous than their old dissatisfaction. But if you can get through this part, if you can find the courage to sit with the deep discomfort of not knowing who you are while you are becoming that person, that is where the magic happens. When you do that, you show yourself and the world that you are serious. That's because on the other side of that desert of doubt is a version of yourself that you have never met but have known was there. It's the version of you that doesn't question every choice you make. It's the kind of person who trusts their gut feelings without needing outside approval. It's the version that can handle both epic success and epic failure without losing their sense of who they are. You've known for a while that this was possible. The voice that has been whispering to you is still there, even though you've been trying to block it out with noise, other things to do, and never-ending research. It's just getting harder to ignore. Real readiness doesn't come with a detailed plan or a guarantee that you'll get your money back. It just has a calm, unwavering clarity to it. And if you've read this far and found something familiar in these words, then the question is no longer whether or not you're ready. What are you going to do about it? That's the only question left. In the comments below, honor your journey through the desert of the unknown right now by writing, "I evolve." The words here should remind you of how brave you are. It means you understand that this tough time is not a punishment, but a sacred and necessary part of becoming the person you were always meant to be. Being ready to do something is the same thing as waiting. And friend, you've had enough of waiting for all time. The version of yourself that has been knocking on your consciousness door for a while now won't wait any longer. Life, the universe, and time are always moving, with or without you. This isn't because they are impatient. You have two choices. You can get the courage to become the person you were meant to be, or you can stay on the sidelines and let time do its thing. Now is your time. Not next week, when you'll be better ready. Not when everything is perfect next year. Not before you've thought of every possible scenario. Right now. Because truly ready people know a deep quantum truth. They don't wait for the perfect time. They get the timing just right when they finally decide to move and send a clear, strong signal into the field. You don't have to put on a show for the universe when you manifest. Every day they do it. You don't just get good at it once and be done with it. You live it every moment, every choice you make. The creators with the most power are not the ones who know the most complicated tricks. They are the ones who know how to stay in a coherent state and, more importantly, how to get back on track when life throws a curveball at them. Because the real world will test you. There will be days when fear comes back. There will be times when old patterns whisper lies to you that are tempting. Many times, the timeline you want to leave will feel like it is pulling you back with a strong gravitational pull. During those times, your old self will want to take back control and push, force, or micromanage. But the real test is this. Can you stay in the trust frequency even though the 3D proof hasn't arrived yet? The world around you looks the same, But can you hold the vibration of, "It is already done"? Is it possible to feel so set in your new timeline that the old one loses all of its power over you? This is where embodiment can't be changed. Let's turn this into something very useful. If you want to calm down in the morning before you even check your phone, take 5 deep breaths. When you take your 5th breath, ask yourself, what frequency do I want to tune into today? Is there a lack or an abundance? Do you trust or fear? Which is it? Control or flow? Really think about it. Utilize your body as a guide throughout the day. Your body is always telling the truth. As soon as you move out of place, it will let you know. You'll be able to feel the stress in your shoulders, chest, and jaw. At that time, you don't need to be hard on yourself or get down on yourself. Just be aware, take a deep breath, and gently settle back in. Ask yourself, what would the version of me who is living in my desired reality choose right now? After getting everything in order, do one small, easy thing. Before you go to sleep at night, play back your day slowly, not with harsh judgment, but with loving interest. Where did you fall? Where were you able to keep your alignment? What or where did you see how creatively powerful you are? Being thankful is the best way to boost coherence, so do it often. Don't forget to celebrate even the smallest wins or changes. Finally, don't forget how important community is. We are active and social beings. When we're with other people, we naturally keep ourselves in check. Your system aligns with a higher vibration when you are around people who are also practicing coherence consciously, who are having fun in the quantum field, and who are dedicated to their own embodiment. Not only clean up your space physically, but also emotionally. Find the people, places, and groups that help you remember who you are becoming. Let the outside world become a strong support for your practice inside. There's no endpoint. Getting to a goal and then stopping is not the point. The goal is to live in a beautiful unfolding that never ends, where you are the living edge of your own evolution, where you do more than just make things happen, where you live as a creator, a conscious part of the sacred art of shaping reality. The most beautiful thing about this is that the quantum field is not separate from you. It's not an outside God you need to pray to. You're caught up in it. You're the field. It's possible because of you. You are the observer who breaks up the wave, and you are the reality that you saw come into being. It's not enough to just ask life to meet you when you tune your frequency. You are becoming the kind of person you have always wanted to be. If this trip has made you feel something deep inside, like a shift, a memory, or a spark of your own divine power, I really want you to share this with someone you know who has been wanting something and waiting for the day they feel ready. They may need to hear this as much as you did. The doors are open. The way is clear. Now the only thing that's left to decide is if you're ready to walk through it. I want you to say something simple but powerful to yourself and the universe in the comments below. It only takes 2 words. I am ready. There's no need to explain. These words should be the quantum seed you plant today, the clear sign that your new reality has already begun. You are welcome to be here and help make this energy. If this journey speaks to you, click the like button to make your intention official and fully activate the quantum energy of completion inside you. Finally, give this transmission to anyone you think is almost ready to awaken. When you share this, you're not just sending a link, you're sending a frequency, which is like giving them permission to become who they were meant to be. By spreading this light, you make that light stronger inside yourself. Until next time, Keep getting in line.